does.
Don't panic, though. It's...
What do you mean, don't panic? The next 4 goals in 10 minutes.
Don't panic. I think if you panic, you're cooked.
Let us know, Derm, when it's time to hit
when you panic.
Yeah, let us know.
Here you go, the old Lee Matthews. One goal a minute. That's when you panic.
Okay.
Inside that.
Keep us in touch.
There's still an eighth of the game to go.
Oh.
Well, this is how important it is. Here's the live ladder.
Geelong have won today.
Collingwood in 11th.
You make it sound as if you'll play better if you panic. You make better decisions when you're not panicking.
Yeah, I understand that.
It's just getting harder by the second. Hards!
Can they panic now?
They're getting closer to it.
Well, this is what Melbourne fans want to see. Yes, the wily old veterans like Daniel Cross has been sensational with 25 disposals, but the future lies in the youth. And James Harms has already kicked 1 goal, starting as the sub. This for his second, and to take the D's out to a 27-point lead, and Collingwood would be precariously close to hitting that button. Here's the kick from Harms. Whoa.
Oh.
Bernie Vince kicked the ball forward there. And I'll pose this question to you. Just, has there been a better in the last 2 years, better mature age Cross? Not a big prize, huge ticket, huge price recruit to a club than Bernie Vince. He has been wonderful for this footy club.
Swan realises the urgency and links up with Sidebottom. And they find it a clean path out here of defence. And into attack, Grundy, a bit scratchy suddenly. Ball movement not as good. Had the hope with more than anything with a handball. Crisp had to go and win it again. Adams just trying to shell it out. And they've turned it over. They've burned another one, the Pies. And the Demons showing them how to do it. Controlling the ball. Hogan decides he's got enough to work with. Jack Watts to half forward. He's got Brayshaw.
Who's loose down there? Viney, is it?
Free kick against Williams. Not happy, but...
Yeah, Viney's ahead of the play. And he's got Grundy against him.
And sliding back from Alex Neil-Bullen.
Gee, this is a massive loss for Collingwood, isn't it? 6 in a row. If they lose.
Very quiet next door.
Gee, they're going to be pressed red to explode.
Yeah, it's just about pressed red for purple, I think.
I don't know how he'll be doing it. Don't say too much. You know he'll be listening somehow.
I know. Here's Alex Neil-Bullen. What a moment for him. He steered it. Goal. It's just gone across the face.
Can they panic yet, Derm?
Not yet.
Is it 1 more goal away, you think, Derm?
Don't panic. Don't panic.
Crowd of 37,894 at the MCG.
So that's a panic kick. That's a panicked kick.
Yeah.
Trying to make something unfold that was never going to present itself. You don't try and take that kick if you're thinking clearly.
Let the seconds tick away here. Spent plenty of time as a small forward before finding his home in defence. Neville Jetta decides to go for a pass and make it Nathan Jones' responsibility instead.
Give it to the skipper.
And another 15-20 seconds could erode off the clock, so not a bad decision. We talked about his hunger for success, for winning games. He's getting close to his 200th, Nathan Jones. He'd dearly love just to go back coolly, calmly, slap this through the middle.
Send the message out. Panic.
I think the red button just went off down here, Derm.
Gee, but what a terrible selection from full back. Still got to play for the principles and the direction of the coach and the way you want to go about it. And there's a few Collingwood supporters leaving the ground now.
Well, we spoke at half-time, they just looked a little bit, they just looked tired.
They did look tired.
They looked tired, they really did.
They do look tired, don't they, at the bottom left of screen?
No, they look fatigued and worn out. been yelling all day, those
filthy
in the little box down the bottom side of the screen there.
Out of the middle, Adams tries to scurry away, but nothing's going to stop these demons at the moment. Goes again inside 50. They've got all the answers. Controlling it in the air, on the ground, everywhere you look. It's demons at the moment. Jeremy Howe goes for Grimes. Well, Melbourne, they are a hard club to read, Rudo. They had some terrific wins this year. They've beaten Geelong, they've beaten Richmond, they've beaten the Bulldogs, who have conquered so many, and now it looks like they're going to beat Collingwood as well. And they've also delivered some absolute shockers.
In the final quarter, the stats 29% Collingwood are going by foot. 29% accuracy by foot.
And that's been one of the big things all day, Doom. They just haven't used it properly. But they've been beaten in contested ball, clearances, all the things that you just have to win if you're going to be a good side.
Once again, big key forward. There it was again. Roo, settle down. One of the big key forwards comes up and he's beyond the wing and he still gets to kick it down the line to another big man. Max Gawn gets there now to be the contester for the footy.
I'll just correct myself. They haven't won the clearances, Melbourne. Collingwood have won the clearances, but contested ball, Melbourne certainly been tougher at it.
As good as Collingwoods are inflated by that first half. There was a period they had out of the centre.
Yeah, the centre clearances are 14-6 in Collingwood's favour.
Yeah.
So that's been the difference in that number.
Elsewhere around the ground for clearances around the ground, like if this, no, it's going to be holding the ball. They've been pretty well break even around the ground. It's the centre square that's given them that win on paper.
Williams and Viney started to stretch the friendship a little. The kick goes deep inside 50. Just got to love the work of Vandenberg too.
He's a good scrapper, isn't he?
Good pickup, good recruiting.
Just came up a bit sore there, but he was a massively high possession winner in the knee fight. Doesn't necessarily transfer the same numbers, but
there you go. That'd be like
that'd be a good one.
Cowboy Gibson and Little Dojo in the old midget wrestling. That one, if you saw Viney and Marley Williams go at it.
So this guy's been a great find for Melbourne, hasn't he? I mean, this guy from just down there at Canberra, he's had the 5 tackles, or 6 tackles, as well as the 5 inside 50s today. He's just been outstanding. His pressure around the ball just been absolutely brilliant.
Melbourne have just dominated this final term.
Was going close.
And they could really have won this game by a lot more.
You do love to see... Hang on, here we go. He would have gone over the top of the turnbuckles with that one.
Bit of Rowdy Roddy Piper about that one, Dan.
Yeah, take our hats off to Rowdy Roddy, who passed away overnight. 61 years of age, wrestling legend. Back to the footy, Hutto.
Thank you, Doom. They've kicked 3-6 Melbourne in this last quarter, the 2 behinds. Same number of inside 50s, amazingly. Collingwood have been inside. And there's the marks inside 50 over the day.
Yeah.
It's similar numbers to what Collingwood gave up last week. So Bucks has got a real problem at the moment. He's got a number of problems. Garland fancies his chances from 55 metres out. And he came mighty close.
You'll probably have your targets already worked out for after the game, Moons, who you're going to interview. But if you can find it to get to Maxi Gawn, you'll end up having a laugh for the rest of the evening. He's had a great game.
If I get the 2 in, I guarantee he'll be the other one I'm going to.
Swan saw Elliott for solo looking for his 4th, but Jeddah remained afloat. Enough for the Demons to come out again. 9 entries for the quarter. Has produced no goals for Collingwood.
Well, Lyndon Dunn's on the move. Yeah, Jack Crisp did not really have an identified target today. To me, just in the evolution of his game, as one of the 3 starting on ballers, he really needs a target, somebody to hunt down. But left to his own devices to be creative in the midfield, it's almost played against him today.
Let's have a look at Collingwood's run home to see if they can still make the finals. They're only on 8 wins at the moment. You think at least 12 now. Should beat Carlton next week. Sydney, and Sydney's always tough. Richmond in the form, they're in very tough, so that's a question mark. Geelong at the G, hopefully they could win that. And Essendon, so that's 3 you'd think they could win, and maybe they'd have to scratch one against Richmond or Sydney away to get 12. So it's getting very, very, very tight.
The last 4 rounds of the season gets turned on its head. I mean, the good teams keep on to play well, keeping on. But what you've got is the bottom teams somehow think we need to have a great pre-season to build for next year. So they almost reload and throw everything they've got at the last 4 games. Well done, Maxie! He's a beauty, isn't he?
Those tight old legs.
I tell you, hasn't he fought on well? Because we looked at him in that 3rd quarter, he was absolutely gone. He had the leg wobbles, the quads were gone on him, and he just fought through it, Roo.
And I don't reckon, Moons, he's actually moved from that spot since we called. He's still in the same area.
Well, Chris Dawes is marking pretty well at the moment too. Just love to rub a bit of salt into the Collingwood wounds right now.
Well, he's had 32 hit-outs. Maxie gone. Had a 38. Collingwood have had 35 between them.
You got players short and side on here.
Goes for Bernie there.
Bernie, you're allowed to have a torpedo from there.
Maxie gone 12 hit-outs to advantage as well.
Kangaroo, what do you reckon from here?
You know what? I'll back him in, Bern.
He's going for 4 goals.
If he kicks this one, his old man back in Adelaide will probably Scalaby, I reckon.
I think if he might
misses
come back,
Come back.
No, it's not going to have enough on it. Dane Swan tries to march out of defence, which he does successfully. Didn't have a lot of targets, to be fair to Dane. And the Melbourne players are able to converge on the footy. Jack Watts. Taps it out. They'll enjoy these dying moments, the Melbourne fans and the Melbourne players, because they haven't been in this situation too often. And this
is it? There. Stepped up on the mark.
Alex Vassallo has had some good moments today with 3 goals, but some frustrating ones. Blew a couple of shots at goal early. Could have probably ended with 4 or 5 goals rather than 3.
So Cam Mooney, a team like this Collingwood, they're young-ish. They lose this one. What happens to them emotionally from now? How do they go at the rest of the year? We've looked at their run.
Well, you think now was this 6 in a row, and they just had a pinched one during that period where they were playing so brilliantly well. We kept saying how unlucky they were.
Jeremy Howe feeling lucky right now, the D's.
Well, you just finished that one off there, Hutto. But look, right now they just need to keep finding away. They've got a great young list, and I really do believe in the next year to 2 years they're going to be an absolute powerhouse again. But unfortunately, I just think they've hit the skids.
Well, it's taken on an eerily similar path to last year, isn't it? And everyone said, oh, don't worry, but...
Gee, that was a... Have a look at that 50. That was the harshest implementation of encroaching on the protected zone we've seen all weekend.
You could discuss whether there should be a 50 or should it be a 25, I think, sometimes.
You've got another rule change through.
Well, I wouldn't mind that one.
4-7 to 2 behinds for the final quarter, when Collingwood have been finishing better in the first 3 quarters. Couldn't get it done.
On a fly for Solo, doesn't fly, neither does Elliott. And Jetta composed over the ball. And Grimes takes the mark at half-back. So the D's have kicked 13-13-91. They've almost cracked the 100 today. It's been a fantastic afternoon for Melbourne fans. They've been crying out for something like this. Their wins this year have been terrific. And it's been on the back of the old and the young. Nathan Jones, the Warrior, Chris Dawes, the former Pie, all played their part today. The recruit, like Bernie Vince, who kicked 3 telling goals. They put it all together, and you get a huge win for the D's. And for Collingwood and Nathan Buckley, staring down 6 losses in a row, and the possibility, and maybe the probability, of missing out on the September action.